Hello and welcome to the second episode of the Creating a Profitable Forex Trading Strategy series. In the first episode of this brand new series, I showed you where and how to start, discussed the risk management methodology and tested several indicators to find my confirmation indicator. For those who saw that episode, you know that after a backtest on 40 different indicators with a total of 20,000 trades analyzed, the chosen confirmation indicator was the UT bot. It was profitable with a high win rate and showed us that it is consistent over a large period of time. If you didn't see that episode, I'm going to leave the link to it in the description. For those who already saw it, let's move forward to this episode objective. Test and choose our exit indicator. Let's go! As I mentioned in the first episode, I am creating this forex strategy based on the NNFX trading method. And so, according to NNFX, after backtesting and choosing our confirmation indicator, we should start our backtests to exit indicators. So, in the last episode's backtest, we would close a position if our take profit or stop loss was hit, or if our confirmation indicator gave an opposite signal during an open trade. Now, in addition to these conditions, we will also exit a trade when the exit indicator says so. An exit indicator is usually a momentum or trend indicator that is faster than our confirmation indicator, which gives us information about the short-term trend and that is used to verify the best time to exit a trade. It is used to reduce losses, maximize profits and manage risk by providing a signal to close a position when certain criteria are met. I will give you a simple example. So here we have our strategy at the moment, which is pretty simple. For a long position, the UT bot has to give a buy signal, and for a short position, it has to print a sell signal on the chart. For the risk management, you already know that the stop loss is equal to 1.5 times the ATR pip value, and our take profit 1 is on the 1 times the ATR pip value level. So, on this short trade example, on the AUD chart, our stop loss was hit here. But what if we used an exit indicator like the relative vigor index? Will the results be the same? Let's insert that exit indicator to find out. So, as you can see, the relative vigor index is a two lines cross momentum indicator. It wouldn't be a good confirmation indicator because its lines cross too much, but maybe it could be a good exit indicator. As you can see, when we enter the trade, the relative vigor index already showed us signs of a bearish trend. But keep in mind that for a valid entry signal, the information from an exit indicator has no use to us. The trade unfolds and at this candle, the relative vigor index flipped and showed us signs of a bullish trend. So, if this was our exit indicator, we would close the trade at this point. And instead of taking a 2% loss, we would have just a small loss of 0.65%. And just like it closes earlier losing trades, an exit indicator can also close profitable trades at the best possible time. Besides testing exit indicators for the purpose I said earlier, in this episode's backtest I will also apply the trailing stop loss method used by NNFX for trades that surpass the 1-to-1 risk-to-reward ratio zone. I will now give you an example of this condition. Again, on the AUD chart, the UT bot gave a long signal at this candle. So, we would enter here and the stop loss and take profit levels would have been placed here. After some days, the first take profit was hit there, and so we would close 50% of the position, placing the stop loss on the entry point. After that, as soon as the price reached the 1-to-1 risk-to-reward ratio zone, we would apply a trailing stop loss that is, according to NNFX, always 1.5 times the ATR pip value behind the price. And take note that you only update this trailing stop loss when the daily candle closes. In this trade, the price reached and surpassed the 1-to-1 risk-to-reward ratio zone at this candle, so we will be starting to update our trailing stop loss after that point. In this example, as I don't have an exit indicator, the last 50% of the position would only have been closed here when the price touched the trailing stop loss, and overall it would have been a great trade. In recap, an exit indicator will, in practice, decrease the average loss of our strategy, thus increasing our average risk-to-reward ratio, it will decrease the swap commissions paid to the broker, and it will decrease the drawdown of the strategy while increasing the net profit. We may see a slight decrease in the win rate of our strategy, but that won't be a problem, because its efficiency will increase. Regarding the trailing stop loss, it is mainly used to scale our profits and protect our trade from a sudden price crash. So now we are ready to start our backtests to exit indicators, taking into account the condition of the trailing stop loss. Again, on the first backtest, I'm going to perform it on a lot of different indicators. I'm going to use only the in-sample data of the 8 pairs I told you about in the first episode, and then I'm going to show you the results before moving forward to the out-of-sample test. Let's go! Hello, it's me on the voiceover, just to let you know that in the same way I tested confirmation indicators in the first episode, now I'm doing the same thing but using different exit indicators. I am testing the indicators with the help of my backtesting bot and taking note of the stats regarding the net profit, number of trades, win rate and the max drawdown. And yes, for each exit indicator that I analyze, I have to make small changes in my bot's code. It takes some time, but it is an essential step. And of course, in this way, the backtest process becomes extremely faster. In 1 hour, I can probably make backtesting work that will take you some months to perform manually. The idea is that after the end of these backtests of several indicators, I will be able to compare them and discover which ones were more efficient. So now, I will let you see some more clips before showing you all the results. I'll see you again in a bit. And here we have all the results. I tested about 25 different exit indicators and put them in this table to compare them. Like I said in the last episode, here there is no specific number of indicators to test, but the more you test, the better, as you increase the probability of finding good indicators. As you can see, in order to evaluate which indicators were more efficient, I calculated in each one the return over max drawdown ratio, which is a risk-adjusted return metric used as an alternative to the Sharpe ratio, that uses in its calculation the net profit and the max drawdown data. If you want to know more about this ratio, check out the second episode of the Building a Winning Trading Strategy Step-by-Step series, because there I explained everything in detail about this ratio. And so, by evaluating the results of this ratio, the best exit indicators for this strategy and under these conditions were the rune indicator, the absolute strength histogram and the vortex indicator. So now, to find which one is more efficient and consistent, I'm going to apply them to my out-of-sample data. Hello, it's me on the voiceover again, just to let you know that now I am just applying the top 3 exit indicators to the out-of-sample data, so we can later compare all the stats and find out which indicator is more consistent. This will be a faster backtest. And here we have the results of both samples of the 3 best tested exit indicators side by side. Also, you can see here the results of the UT bot, presented in the last episode of this series. By looking manually at the differences in the return over max drawdown ratio of every sample of every indicator, it's simple to conclude that the best exit indicator which increased the efficiency of the strategy the most was the rune indicator, because it improved the results of this ratio in both samples and also decreased the percentage difference that existed in the net profit data. For those who may have doubts regarding the number of trades, it is normal and expected that the number of trades is the same in all indicators, as an exit indicator only changes the final outcome of a trade, not being an entry indicator. That's why the number of trades is always the same, because the trade entries are always the same ones given by the UT bot indicator. And so, our exit indicator for our Forex strategy will be the rune indicator with a length of 10. Of course, you can and should do your backtests to find out if this indicator can work well in your strategy or not. If you want, you can have access to this trading bot now with the UT bot as the confirmation indicator and the rune as the exit indicator, in order to carry out your backtests in seconds with the most real and efficient results possible. For more information, check out the description. And so ends today's episode. Next week we will address another type of indicator that will increase the win rate and the performance of our strategy, and I will again perform several backtests with my samples and I will show you the whole process. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any episodes. I hope you enjoyed it and above all that you learned something new. Be well, thank you, bye bye.